I feel very confident that Attorney General Bondi, in her testimony today, said that they're very capable and ready to handle what threats could emerge from sleeper cells and others. I think I spent the day on Monday with Secretary Noem, asked her this very specific question about sleeper cells that may exist because of the reported existence. And I think they're coordinating, and I think they feel very confident. So I think we're, I wouldn't say nothing could ever happen, but I think we're so much further along in detection, and with the President and the Attorney General being so aggressive on law enforcement, I think we're in a much better position.
Now, the President's proposed budget cuts about $2.5 billion from the DOJ. Do you think that's going to change as you guys work it out?
The President proposes, and then we as a Congress decide where our priorities are going to be through our funding mechanisms. And so that's part of why we're having, obviously, why we're having testimony today. I think we will probably restore some of that funding. I don't know in total, but I do think in these times when we see things developing at such a rapid pace, certainly globally, that we need to make sure we're ready at all times.
I am concerned. We have a lot of multiple threats. Domestic terrorism continues to be a major issue. Cybersecurity, we're looking at a lot of cuts to our cybersecurity force, and that's probably the one persistent threat that we have against our country. And Iranians currently are very active in cyber threats, but they're not confined to that country. They're all over the world.
And Homeland Security Secretary talked about potential sleeper cell type things. Is that a legitimate concern as well?
So that is. In fact, you have the Border Patrol come out with a statement regarding that, which is unusual for them. So that certainly indicates the seriousness of the threat.
And just any comment on the President slamming the reporting about the intel on the nuclear sites and the damage done?
Well, we haven't had our briefing. I'm waiting to get a briefing. Unfortunately, they postponed that, but certainly intelligence is intelligence. You can't change reality on the ground.
Given the Iran situation right now, do you have any concerns about Justice proposing a budget that has some cuts in it from last year? Do you think there needs to be more spending at this point on Homeland Security?
The proposed budget from the President will likely change.
Won't likely change?
It will likely change.
Will likely change.
Yeah, substantially. Every President submits a budget, and every Congress changes it. That's just the way God created this place. The Justice Department, when we're done, will be adequately funded. I'm not worried about that.
Are you satisfied with the questions you got there, the answers you got about the potential sleeper cells from Iran in the U.S.?
Well, we're going to follow up on it, but I'm very concerned about that threat against our country. We need to take it seriously. Well, we can't be intimidated. And what they try to terrorize. So she was great. She said, we're not going to let anybody intimidate us and cower us. So the Iranian Ayatollah is threatening America because we want to stand up for Israel. We want him to change his homicidal ways toward Israel. He's threatened death to America. He has his American blood on his hands, so we're not going to live being threatened and intimidated. So we're going to push back. We're going to fight back. I know she gave an excellent answer, but I want to know more about that possibility.
Was it unwise that the FBI has moved several hundred agents out of counterterrorism and over to immigration enforcement?
I think that's something I want to revisit, yes.
Yeah. Madam Attorney General, do you think that the FBI should shift resources away from immigration enforcement back to counterterrorism given the Iran threat? Anything at all about the Iran threat you can share with us? Okay, so Nicole, pretty clear, she's not going to answer a question here. We are told she's on her way to actually a different hearing now. We tried, no response there, but she said a lot in the hearing. The President's proposed budget, which is what the Attorney General was defending in there, is a suggestion. Congress will get its hands on it. They often change those budget numbers, and we were told today by several Republicans, actually, that they also felt like the spending was inadequate, specifically the cuts to the DOJ proposal, given the terrorism threat that we face now. So we are likely to see, when Congress does get its fingerprints on it, I think a heightened number. At least that's what we're hearing now from some Republicans on this committee.